everyone, you are welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are watching me today, my name is Asperia and I'm a very passionate poultry farmer. Someone who has started poultry from scratch, and we are successful right now as we talk. And so I'm going to share with you some of the tips that are going to help you if you want to begin a poultry farm and be successful in it. Doesn't matter how many birds you have. This video is going to help you if you are planning to venture into poultry, or you already have birds and maybe somehow you feel like you're very stuck, you don't know what to do. So let's get right into the video. Give us a like, subscribe, and join us. First one, and this one, out of these tips that I'm going to share, number 5, you never know, it could be one of your game changers. And so the first one, if you have not yet started, maybe you have saved your money and you want to begin, begin small and scale up with time. Now, poultry farming is a game that is really difficult. I always compare it to betting. You put in your money, especially if you want to deal in layers. You put in your money, you keep putting in your money, but you have no idea whether you're going to get that money back. And so, if you want to do it, first start small. Start with a number that you know that it's not going to break your back, especially if it is your first time doing that. If you have never done poultry, please, I advise you to start with a small and manageable number and then grow with time, because poultry is expensive, especially if you're doing like mine. These layers, they need a lot of money to feed, sometimes the vaccines, because you have to stay with them for a longer period of time. And so the more you stay with them, the more food they consume, and thus the more money. So make sure you begin with a small number that is very manageable, and you know that it's not going to give you a hard time. And number 2, if you have not yet started, first consult from farmers, vets, get reliable advice from successful poultry farmers. It is very important to do research, and especially to talk to people who have done this practically. Even if it is possible, visit their farms, be able to see things with your eyes before you bring the birds. And that is going to give you encouragement. That is going to boost your confidence. That is going to help you to know that I'm going to do this. When you come to my farm, I'm going to openly tell you these are some of the challenges that I have faced. These are my profits. I'll be able to share with you, and then that is going to help you to make informed and wise decisions. So before you bring these birds, make sure you have enough knowledge. And that knowledge can be gotten from these farmers that have done this successfully. And then number 3, now I'm here, these birds are making noise, it's morning and they are laying. So there is that noise that they make every time they finish laying. And so number 3, make research about the market and how you are going to sell your products. Now, it is very important to know your market base before you start any form of business. If you are starting to venture into poultry, especially layers, and that means your product is going to be majorly eggs that you're going to be selling. Now, what is on your mind? Do you have any idea of who and how you're going to sell your eggs? Or you are just starting excitedly because you have some capital, you feel like you can bring 100 or 200 birds, and you start chilling. Who is going to buy the eggs? How are you going to take the eggs to the buyer? How long does it take you to reach the marketplace? Make sure you have an idea of where you're going to sell your product. And that is going to give you confidence, and it will help you to know the number of birds that you're going to bring. Now, I already shared that we started with 120 birds because we didn't really want to test the waters with 2 feet. We wanted to see, is it doable? Can I really manage this farm? And then after that brooding, we realized that, it's really manageable. And then we brought other birds. But then before that, we already had the ideas on how we are going to sell the products. I even told some of my friends, wholesalers, that, guys, very soon I'm going to be selling you eggs, even before I brought the birds. And I wanted to see their mindset. Are they going to support me? If at all they don't, where am I going to sell the products? So as a beginner, make sure you know, because if you don't have a good market for your product, that means you're going to be stuck with the eggs, and eventually you will lose interest in the project and you make losses. So make sure you know your market base. Number 4, make sure you know everything to do with disease management and control on your poultry farm. Now, one of the biggest reasons why we get losses on the farm is because the birds get sick. Once they get sick, trust me, you're going to spend a lot of money in treatment, which is really not very easy. You find that they have become sick and the treatment takes a lot of money. So if you have a few birds, that means that all the profit you get in a month has been spent on treatment. So put biosecurity measures in place, vaccinate your birds, learn about diseases so that you can identify the sick birds very well, and then you are able to know that at this point I can do the farming. I can bring my birds with all the confidence that I am going to really manage it. When you enter something, when you have knowledge about how you're going to do it, it becomes very easy. But when you enter it, when you are not sure of diseases, you see things happen. That is how you see that farmers sometimes they lose a lot of birds. Very many birds at the same time, because maybe they did not know that this disease catches birds like this. These are the symptoms, these are the signs, or they didn't actually have biosecurity measures in control or in place. You find that everyone who comes to the farm, they have access to the farm, and that is very disastrous to the farm. Put biosecurity measures in place. Number 5, my outstanding. Make sure you learn how to mix feeds for your birds. Not just feeds, but quality feeds. Now this means that you will have to identify the company that you're going to buy the concentrate from. You will have to identify the person that is going to be selling you the reliable quality maize, that you know that it does not have aflatoxins. Maybe this is in good place. The place where you buy the feed should be very clean, So after finding out all that, make sure you learn how to mix. And it is very easy to learn, because when you learn how to mix the feeds on the farm, you're going to save a lot of money. I've already shared that when you go in the market to buy the feeds, like for instance, layers mash, you find that a kilogram of layers mash goes at 5,000. That is more than $1. And so when you mix the feeds on the farm by yourself, you find that the feeds that you would buy at 5,000, you end up buying at 3,000, depending on the market price of maize. Because the determining factor is maize. Most times the prices of the concentrates remain constant, or they increase it by a very small percentage. But maize prices keep fluctuating day and night. So make sure you have a good supplier, and then when time comes, you can do the mixing yourself. That is going to save you from a lot of costs. There are so many things that I can share with you if you want to start a poultry farm, but at least the 5 things that I have shared can at least be a very good breakdown for all other things that you will need in your poultry farm. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video with your friends. Do not forget to subscribe.